This is the part you've all been waiting for. It is time to see who's out of contract, and it is time to see who we can get next season. Alright, so first up, look here. We start at the top, 2017 salary budget. We have $1.212 million in cash to spend on this season's squad. So let's have a look at the players, and first up I see blue. That means someone is gone and there's no coming back for Ben Alexander. The 32-year-old is retiring, and I feel that's going to be a bit of a loss. He was big for us this year. You can't take away the impact that Ben Alexander has had on this team. He is a rock-solid prop, tight head, loose head, pick either or. He's been good, and it's going to be hard to replace him. He was a big part, but there we go. We got 85k from him retiring to fill up that. So we definitely need a prop. Tight or loose, either or, but a prop is what we need. Going through the rest of the forwards, this is just the team from the final, so no particular order. Stephen Moore still has 1 year left. I'd say he's 33 now. I don't think he will want a new contract, so he'll be 34 next season. He'll be retiring. John Afoa, well, yeah, he signed a long contract last year. He's not going to be going anywhere, so we've got him tied down for quite some time. Ep.25, 1 year left for him. 25 now, he'll be 26 next year, as is Retallick. So those two will be coming up next season. Both young, both will still be sticking around. We'll be hoping to do them next year, but that's not this year's problem. Ben Moen, a couple of years left for him, but probably be his last. Stefan Armitage, 31 this year. He's still got 2 to go, so probably won't see him back. Nasi Manu, 28. He has expired, but once again, the original Highlander. He's been good. He's still got years left in him, and should we re-sign him? Aaron Smith, another year to run on his contract still. He's 28. We'll probably get another contract out of him yet. Robbie Robinson, this is the big one, player of the year. He has expired, 27. Still got a few years left in his legs as well. Do we want to re-sign Robbie Robinson for 2017, or is it time for something new in the number 10 jumper? Let's shimmy on down here into the backs, and we have number 11 on the left wing, Patrick Osborne. Now, I feel Patrick had the season of his career at the Highlanders this year of 2016, and he's probably just done enough to keep himself in the squad, in my opinion. But that is, of course, up to you. I need input. Let me know who you think we should hang on to. So, if you're not a fan of Patrick Osborne, he could be seeing his way out. He has expired, 29 as well. Still got a few years left in him. Sonny Bill, 32. 1 year left. Will he retire? Israel Folau, 27. Still 2 years left for him, as is Stowers, 2 years. But he's 30, so struggling maybe to get all of another contract out of Sherwin. Into the reserves now. We'll just shimmy on down through here. Matu'u at the top, 3 years left for him. Tami Afuna still has a couple. Tumunga Allen with 1. Hugh Pyle, we only signed him on a 1 year contract, the 28-year-old. Is it time for a new second rower to accompany Retallick and Etzebeth? He's expired, he's 28, still got years in him. Falatau's on the bench, he's got 3. Hogard and Ranger with 1 apiece. But it is Lima Sopawanga. Now, here we go. Sopawanga's been very good this year. Deserves to be re-signed. 25, he's still very young. Do we want Sopawanga to come back to the Highlanders for 2017? Now into the reserves. Hopefully enough room. There we go. So Gillies Kaka at the top. Didn't see any time on the field this season. He's still got 1 year left. Fikatawa has 3, both young players. Wesley Fofana. Didn't see a huge amount of time on the field, the 28-year-old, but look, his salary is so cheap. He's almost worth keeping just as backup. 28, still got years in his legs. Benny Alfiaki, seen a few games, not a huge impact, but the 28-year-old still has another year left. Braden Mitchell has expired, the 27-year-old. He's very cheap as a backup hooker, but we have already got 4 hookers. So do we need 4 hookers, or is it time for Braden Mitchell to say goodbye? Now Jonathan Sexton, here's a problem. expired contract finally saw no game time for the Highlanders this year. Surely it's time to get rid of Johnny Sexton and look elsewhere with that money. That's my opinion. Tell me, what is yours? Christian Wade didn't see a hell of a lot of time on the field this year either, but he's still got 3 years left. Chris Robshaw, hero from a couple of years back, captaining the side. He's expired, the 30-year-old. Do we want to keep him around for an extra couple of years if his legs will let him? Liam Coleman at the bottom, 26-year-old. He's still got plenty of running left. He's still got 1 year left in his contract for the Highlanders. Good to have him still on board. Well, that is the contracts. A lot of players have expired this season, but of course, re-signing all depends on who is available. So let's check out who's available for the Highlanders for 2017 on the transfer list. Now, before I kick off this transfer list go over, I'll say it first that the transfer list has only got players who are off contract. So if the player you want to sign is not on this list, I cannot sign them. They have to be off contract and they have to be available to be signed. We have to have the money as well. So it's not always a guaranteed thing that we can get certain players. So with that in mind, let's have a look at who is available, who's off contract, who is unsigned, all that kind of stuff. Of course, we'll start off with the props and we'll make our way through to fullbacks, having a look at the top echelon of players. So the top class players, because that's really all we want at the Highlanders. Wink, wink. Right, so Toby Smith kicks off the list here for loosehead props from the Rebels still. So let's check this out. Let's see who we got. Jamie McIntosh is there. Nia Carney, as the pictures take a wee while to load there. Brendan Edmonds has a Counties Manukau jersey on, but he's from the Blues. We have Stephen Robinson as we go through. So, hello Nuka Nuka. Well, he's playing for the Western Force. There we go. It's my TM Cup players getting around. So, Diaz, former Highlander, playing with the Chiefs. So if there's any players here you want to see with the Highlanders jumper on next season, just leave it in the comments. Leave it on any of the social medias there. Twitter's there as well. Steam, give me a yell on there and let's see who we can bring in for 2017. So props, a few big names there for the loose heads as we go down into the low 40s there, and probably nothing we're too interested in down here. But as always, if there's anyone you are keen to see or want to know if they're available, do not be afraid to leave them in the comments, and I can anytime easily have a look at who is available, just to let you know about special players or anything like that. Into the hookers, and we have Saya Fainga at the top of the list. Charles as well. Not a huge amount of big names here. Nathan Charles there. Couple players from Auckland, the Cheetahs. Reece Marshall from the Chiefs. I feel we're pretty good for hookers this season. Quinton McDonald might be a good addition. We've got 4 of our own. Probably need to get rid of one, but we can always get rid of a couple and sign someone new. Plenty of possibilities. So we once again go into the mid-40s. Low enough here. Not worried about the rest. A lot of youngsters coming through. Redone players. Regenerated. So that is the reason you may see some familiar names there that are different. Into the tight head props, and we have Owen Franks topping the list there. And that would be a good addition for the Highlanders. Some big names there. James Slipper, Yanni Duplessis, Charlie Farmer-Weiner. Plenty of good players. Laurie Weeks there as well. Angus Tarval from the Blues. Plenty of Super Rugby experience here on the tight head side. Mafufia. You start getting into lesser players already. But there's a lot of players here with Super Rugby experience unsigned. Chance to pick up a contract with the Highlanders. We need a prop. So from those players there, we need someone to come join the Highlanders. They can play tight or loose head. Into the number 4 locks. So there's, for some reason, number 4 and number 5 locks are kept separate when there's very few number 4 locks. So let's have a quick look through. We have Luke Romano at the Crusaders, and they also have Flip van der Merwe. So the Crusaders are definitely stocked up in the locking department. We have Peter Steph tweet there, Ferreira, Laiki Moli playing for the Blues, of course. And you go through here and there's quite a lot of big names in the number 4 locks, but it's when you tick it over here to the number 5 locks, and Courtney Laws will top this list. So there's a big name to start it off. 300,000 on a lock though. That's big money to be spending. Sam Whitelock's on the list this season, and Andreas Becker still didn't make his way from last year. Alwyn Jones is available as well. Gurgodzi, the Georgian, another possibility. Aaron Shingler, still there. Bradley Davies, there's plenty of talent here, and there's Horwell as well. Just about missed out on him. Nusterhazen from the Sharks. Sam Carter, the Australian playing for the Blues, is in the list as well. So there's plenty of good locks, but do we need one? We've still got Hugh Pyle if we want to recontract him, or do we want to get rid of him and bring in someone else? That is the decisions. Going through the locks, plenty of locks here, but really getting down to the end of the scale where we're not too interested. No Super Rugby experience down here. And we'll go to the blindside flankers. Where does Liam Messam, the big name for the number 6s? Brousseau is there with number 2, and Bannerman behind him, the Frenchman. James Haskell on the list, as well as Stephen Luatua. Plenty of good players here. Cottrell from the Force, and George Whitelock from Canterbury. Well, do we want another Whitelock? There's plenty of them. There's some experience there with Quirk and Minnie and Mumia from Wellington. Liam Squire available as well from Tasman. Joe Wheeler from the Sharks. Not really interested in him after we got rid of him not too long ago. Plenty of players with experience there. Big chunk of players. And that's about all we have to offer from blindside flankers. Down to the open siders now, and we have David Pocock leading the list. Willem Albert's behind him with Dewald Paljita. Coming in the South African. Sam Warburton makes the list, as well as Matt Todd. Zanetti, Argentinian, as well as Michael Hooper. Wow, there's big names here. Liam Gill is there as well, and Charlie the Frenchman. Tanarau Latimer making an appearance on the list, as well as Danny Lydiard. Well, there's some big ones here. Artie Savia, if anyone's familiar with up-and-coming New Zealand talent, or brother to Julian Savia for international viewers out there, he is a special one, that man. So open-siders, although we're pretty well off for back rowers, there's always room for more improvement, that's for sure. And there's quite a few here on the open side. Matera used to be a Highlander. Tim Boys as well. Former Highlanders going in there. We'll move on now to number 8 as we get Fugusila coming in from the Rebels. Last one there. Oh, Brendan O'Connor as well. Rating of a 60 though. Not really up where we want them to be or need them to be at all. Richard Brown tops the list for number 8, and Ben McCalman's right behind him with Colin Burke sitting in there as well. Victor Vito. Well, he's a big talent, isn't he? As we go through the rest of them, not too many big names here. Kalama Foni, Waldrums, Gareth Dalvin there as well. Nick Croswell. Yep, not a huge amount here for number 8, which is a bit of a surprising factor. But as we say, we're pretty well off for back rowers. TJ Ioane was there as well. Taufua. Now there's a name that's going to be a great talent in the future. Jordan Taufua. The Rebels have snapped him up, and I think that's a goodbye from the Rebels. Matt Levens there. Anderson Heather as well. As we look to the backs now, we'll start off with the scrum halves, and Will Guinea leads the list. Now here we go again. We've got already Aaron Smith and Francois Hogard. Do we need another scrum half? That is the question. Guinea, Youngs, Perenara, Parra, Tanaka. Plenty to pick from. Vermark, Nick White. Well, the big names at the top. Andy Ellis is there as well. Nick Frisbee. Plenty of options, as always. But do we need a third? Landaho. That would be a good backup scrum half. Martin Landaho, good player. Brendan Leonard, currently overseas. needs a new home. Devon Archer, another one who would be a great little backup, full of running, is DeWalt Devon Archer. So we go through plenty more scrum halves, but I feel if there's anyone we were going to sign, might have seen them all by now. Cyril Pretorius, another one who would be quite the signing. Brad Weber, down the bottom there. Louis Schroeder, another one who could be quite good. So there's plenty of options. Nick Phibbs here as well. Augustine Pulu, and you look Hallback. Goodness me. So plenty of scrum halves to pick from. Gibson Park, the more I look, the more I see. Bryn Hall and Nick Sturzacker. He is a good player. He is a very good player. Chris Eaton, Hawke's Bay, Nick Groom. Oh, well, there's some real good scrum halves here. I'm going to move on before I just constantly go through them all. We go to scrum halves now, and we go to fly halves now, sorry. And we have Daniel Carter at the top of the list, 34, but won't retire. Go home, Daniel. It's time to retire your weary body. Goodness me, have you not learned anything in these years of injuries? Dan Carter, top of the list. Big price tag on him, though. Ruan Pinar. Wow, quality player. Surprised no one's picked him up, but his big price tag puts people off. Aaron Cruden, Stephen Donald, Barrett Barnes, Sam Norton-Knight, Jacques Pogita, Danny Cipriani, Pat Lambie, Jared Sol. Well, there's a new name. As we start to go through some different ones now. Michael Hobbs at the bottom. Ollie Barkley, Blair Stewart, former Southlander, for those who did not know the name. Goodness me. Great kicker. Not much of anything else from Blair Stewart, though. Johan Husson, George Ford on the list as well. A little bit cheaper than the others. Paddy Jackson, good player. Bernard Foley as well. Gillies Bosch, Higher West is still there. Colin Slade makes an appearance on the list as well. Goodness me, Plisson the Frenchman. Blindell, Easton Afiwa, Rodri Jackson. Well, there's quite a few here. Nick Sanchez as well. There is quite a few good fly halves here. Well, this is going to be a bit of an interesting conundrum for anyone picking, because there's a lot of players, plus the ones we already have. Decision time indeed. On the left wing, Brian Habana leads the list. Well, Julian Savia right behind him. As if we didn't need any more selection conundrums, we've got another one. Drew Mitchell. Mvovo's there. Zach Guilford, don't want to touch him. Jean Basson, another one who's definitely talented. Clyde Rathbone. Nicky Godover, lasted a season with the Highlanders. He's made his way since then. George Moala on the list, as well as Albert Nakoro from Hawke's Bay. Vaianu from the Melbourne Rebels. Tikaratuma from the Chiefs. And Rakabara from the Rebels is on the list as well. And that wraps up left wing. Not too many there. Francois Stain leads the list here for inside centres alongside Ma'anonu and Tatupu. Samoan, quite a good player there. Luke Marshall on the list, as well as Christian Liliafano. Wow, plenty of options here. Tim Bateman makes the list, as well as Francis Saili, D'Allendy, Sir Fontaine, Ryan Crotty. There's some big names down here. Bundy Aki, Byron McGeegan, Peter Aki as well. So a couple of Akis here. Rory Sidey's on the list as well for inside centres. Tuatara Morrison, Phil Burley as well. So plenty of opportunities for inside centres. There's quite a lot of players here on the transfer list this season. Jacques Free, 33-year-old, leads the outside centres alongside Richard Kahui, James Hook, Bastero on the list. Wow, there's a big man. That would make a big impact, but do we need outside centres? Tamati Allison, Rob Horn, Tui Tupo, Slayman Sammy on the list. Fernandez, Argentinian, Jason Emery, Kirandrani, Turner Hall. So plenty of names here, a lot of people we're familiar with. And plenty of options for the Highlanders as well. Who is going to dislodge Sonny Bill Williams and Israel Folau in the centre pairing for the Highlanders. That's going to be a tough one. Let's go to the right wing side. And we don't want to mind that top one. Tim Mickelson leads the list and Ruckabula. At the top, Matt Banahan is there with JP Peterson. George North. Dear me, I can see brains exploding now at just the possibilities of how much stronger this team could get. Lee Halfpenny. Not listed as a fullback for some odd reason, but there we go. Alasana Tuilangi, Tim Nanai-Williams. Still Lilia Masunga on the list as well. Plenty of speed in those ones. Leua, Cam Crawford, Craig Gilroy. Well, right wingers, I think we've seen enough of them. Nguyen, Gonzalez and Racino. Satauti. Goodness me, there's some players on here. Oh, Imhoff's on the list as well, the Argentinian little flyer. Willie LaRue. Goodness gracious, the talent on here is astonishing. Rod Davies, Buxton Popoli'i, Huge, Johan Huge, the Frenchman, Matt Proctor. Goodness me, Tommy Seymour, Ben Lamb. Oh, there's players everywhere. Haleb Petty, we know how good he is as well. Johnny Liotta, Mawala. Oh, Carl Eastman makes the list as well. Nokoro's back on there. Ojo. Oh, dear me. Seen enough. Change the fullbacks. Don Shipley. Back to the fullbacks we go. Israel Dag, top of the list. Is joined by James O'Connor, Curly Beale, Kurt Baker, Asai Tuiava, Alexis Pisson. Well, normally Haliasson. Goodness me. How much talent do you need? You can make so many great rugby sides with these players. Jesse Mogg, Zane Kirchner, Medard, Aguja, Shepherd, Jared Payne, Sean Maitland. Bring him back to New Zealand. A possibility for Sean Maitland. Jason Woodward on the list as well. Gatoon, another Frenchman. Tom Marshall. Well, I am blown away by the talent on the list this season because there is absolutely truckloads, but not a huge amount of room to fit new players in. There was Wiles there and Bendeton, James Marshall as well, Halangahu. Oh, the possibilities. Too many possibilities. Let's stop there. Yako Tauta. Oh, no. So many great players. So little slots to fit them into. Right, let's wrap that up there. That is it. That is the list of players possible to sign for 2017. Let me know. Wrap it up in the comments. Let me know on Twitter. Send me some tweets. Send me some messages on Steam. I'm generally always available if you want to have a chat as well. And anything else, just throw any ideas and we'll see what we can possibly conjure up for 2017. Thank you for watching this rather long look at so many great players, and let me know who you think we should pick up for 2017. Thank you for watching the career mode with the season with the Highlanders. It's been a great season this year, and of course we'll be back for 2017. You can count your couch on it that I'll be here. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you all next time for signings for 2017. New Highlanders, former Highlanders. That's all to do. Take care.